Hello, mathematicians. Today we're going to go over a 6th grade NJSLA practice question. To get us started, we have these 5 rational numbers that are plotted on a horizontal number line. And they are -5/6, 3/4, -7/8, 2/3, and -7/4. Which statement about the locations on the number line of the rational numbers is true? So we have A, -7/4 is the farthest to the left and 3/4 is the farthest to the right. B, -5/6 is the farthest to the left and 3/4 is the farthest to the right. C, -7/4 is the farthest to the left and 2/3 is the farthest to the right. Or D, -5/6 is the farthest to the left and 2/3 is the farthest to the right. So before we get started, let's take a look at this horizontal number line. Notice that on the left side, we have our smaller numbers. And on the right side, we have our bigger numbers. So whatever number is furthest to the left is going to be our smaller number, and whatever is farthest to the right is going to be our bigger number. Notice that on the left, as our negative numbers get smaller, the value looks larger, but a larger value with a negative number is actually smaller. So, one of these negative numbers has to be your smallest number. So let's compare those first. The only thing is that they have different denominators, so it makes it difficult to compare. So we're going to find the least common multiple so that we can make equivalent fractions to easily compare these. So let's start off with our denominator of 6. Some multiples are 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, and 36. And then some multiples of 8, which is our next denominator, are 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, and 48. And then for our next denominator of 4, some multiples of 4 are 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and 24. Now, the smallest number that they have in common is 24. So that's our least common multiple. Now, to easily compare these fractions, we're going to make sure they have a denominator of 24. So we're going to take our fractions here, and we're going to write equivalent fractions that have a denominator of 24. So if we take -5/6, we have to multiply our denominator by 4 to get 24. And whatever we do to the denominator, we do to the numerator. So 5 times 4 is 20, 6 times 4 is 24, and remember that our fraction is negative. Now we have -7/8. In order to get a denominator of 24, we have to multiply 8 by 3, and whatever we do to the denominator, we must do to the numerator. So we have a negative fraction. 7 times 3 is 21, and 8 times 3 is 24. Then we have -7/4, and in order to get a denominator of 24, we have to multiply the denominator by 6. Whatever we do to the denominator, we have to do to the numerator. And then 7 times 6 is 42, 4 times 6 is 24. Now, whenever we're comparing negative fractions, we have to look for the one that looks like it has the biggest value, and that's actually the smallest because these are negatives. So that would be -42/24, which is -7/4 originally. Then -21/24, which is -7/8. And then -20/24, which is -5/6. So that means that the smallest fraction here is -7/4, meaning it will be farthest to the left. So if we look back at our question, that means that there's only two possibilities. And these are the only two possible answers because both of these say that negative 7 over 4 is the farthest to the left. Now, we're going to look at our positive fractions and see which one is farthest to the right. And again, we have two fractions with different denominators, so we have to use the least common multiple to write equivalent fractions, and then we could easily compare these. So we have to find the least common multiple between 4 and 3. And some multiples of 4 are 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and 24. Some multiples of 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. And the smallest number that they have in common is 12. Remember that we're using 4 and 3 because these are our denominators, and the least common multiple between 4 and 3, which are our two denominators, is 12. Now we have to find equivalent fractions, so we could easily compare these. And using 3 over 4, in order to get a denominator of 12, we have to multiply 4 by 3. Whatever we do to the denominator, we have to do to the numerator. So 3 times 3 is 9, and 4 times 3 is 12. Then we take our second fraction. In order to get a denominator of 12, we have to multiply 3 by 4. Whatever we do to the denominator, we do to the numerator. 2 times 4 is 8, 3 times 4 is 12. And between these two fractions, 2 over 3 is smaller, and 3/4 is bigger. So 3/4 is going to be farthest to the right. So if we look at our question, that means that A is the correct answer.